Today, I'd like to take a moment of your time to discuss with you a reality too often under-recognized and frequently criticized out of ignorance. It may seem that our small town would not be able to hold such activity, or if it did, that it would be easily identified and recognized. But quite to the contrary, this could be going on right in front of your face and you not be even aware of it. It is that discussion of human trafficking. And it's not only going on in our world, it's going on in our very community. Human trafficking is the exploitation of other persons for the purpose of sex or labor or other purposes. The idea is that someone is abducted and forced to work or to have sex or some other task for the sake of making someone else money. Sadly, the targeted victims are children ages 12 to 17 and has been known to go as young as 6 months of age. Yes, our babies stolen from us and their bodies used for sex and labor at the discretion and views of those who want to satisfy their own lustful, insatiable desires and to make money. Human trafficking is a $35 billion business. It's the second largest illegal enterprise in the world, followed by illegal drug sales. That's bigger than Starbucks, Nike, and Google combining. A 2010 Ohio Trafficking in Persons research study estimates 12.3 million people around the world are involved in forced labor, bonded labor, forced child labor, sexual servitude. It may seem inconceivable, but this problem is not confined to China or just Africa. It is a very real reality that is occurring in all 50 of our United States of America. According to the FBI, there are currently some 293,000 American children right now who are at risk of being commercially exploited for the sake of sex trafficking. 83% of sex trafficking victims found within the United States are U.S. citizens, and 40% of sex trafficking cases involve the exploitation or sex trafficking of children. To bring this number closer to home, there are some 675,000 youth that are within the state of Ohio. 3,000 of them are at risk of becoming involved in human trafficking. Sadly, some 1,100 children will be abducted and used for the purpose of human trafficking. Research has clearly shown that there is a connection between those who are caught up into human trafficking and those who suffer from neglected homes, whether they were on welfare or caught up in the foster home system. Human trafficking cities, the top 4 are Miami with a 2.4 million population, Portland, Oregon, 750,000 in their population, Las Vegas, Nevada, 1.8 million in their population, and believe it or not, Toledo, Ohio, with 440,000 in its population. And based upon the U.S. Census of 2008, if you take that in consideration of all of the other cities and the amount of human trafficking activity that takes place, Toledo can be considered as the lead in the nation for the number of traffickers produced and the number of victims recruited into sex trafficking trade per capita. In Toledo, 77% of the trafficking youth are involved with welfare at some point in their life, and 52% are in the foster home program. One number suggests that of all the youth that are in the city of Toledo, 15 will be abducted every year and brought into the human trafficking market. Signs that we need to be aware of so that we can make an impact. Individuals, children who don't hold their ID, some who appear to be under the control of another, or those who may exhibit signs of physical abuse or psychological trauma. Those who work and live in the same place. These children are among us, crying, hidden in plain view right in front of our face. However, if we take a moment to observe and be aware of who's around us and these signs, we too can make a difference.